What is going on, YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Y'all This is your review for Belle Collective Season 3. I believe this is episode 5. If I'm wrong, it will be in the title. I do want to say that I do apologize for it being late. I do want to say, like, I had my notes ready for me to do on Monday, but Sunday just had my whole entire energy messed up. And I really don't like doing my reviews when my energy is off, because I can come off very nasty or whatever, and it's not even warranted or needed. So, not trying to do that. But I just want to let y'all know that's why. So here we are. Let's get into it. So we start off with Latrice and Selena. And I know in the last review I wasn't saying her name. And here's the thing. I never watched the show. I don't know if it was DD4. What is it? I don't know what the show was. I don't. But I don't know her from that. I don't even know JJ. So, like, this is like an introduction. So up until like now, or like the very last part of like the last review that I did, I don't know who she is. So it wasn't to be disrespectful, just putting it out there, even though no one said that in the comments. Just want to say that. But they're in a store, so they're dress shopping for Latrice's event, more or less Latrice and her. Selena wants to know who's invited. Now look, this is a very black / African American thing. Okay, like, we want to know who all gonna be there. Look, I do this to this day, baby. Let me let you know. Because I be like, who all gonna be there? Oh, wait, who? And then when it comes to if it's someone I don't really gel with, I'm talking to the person like, hey, now we don't gel, da-da-da-da-da-da. I am no longer in that stage of my life where I'm being the bigger person. So as long as so-and-so don't say shiz, not e to me, we cool. But if that person says some it's going up. So I understood that, right? But I'm going to say this. From what I gather, I can see that Latrice and Selena are associates. I'm not going to say they're friends, but they're associates. Supporting each other. I don't know if they're quite friends. So on one end, like, if they're like friends, like, I could really understand this. But not so much. So Latrice, pretty much lets us know. I'm sorry, no, she says who's all invited when she hears Selena. When she hears Sophia's name, is very put on. It's being extra, but of course, but again, like, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't be extra in that moment, because if it's somebody like, wait, but I'm wondering, like, who? Wait, who? I'm gonna turn to Al. Who am I? Oh, that person. I'm pulling Michael Jackson. Oh, get somebody else to do it. I ain't doing that. So, Latrice lets us know in her interview that before there was a Sophia, there was a Celine. Now, again, this is for like people like me that never watched the show that Selena was on, but it's like, but it's a little shady. Okay. Selena says one of the Bells is stale, shady. But again, look, Carlos, if you ain't, look, I feel like you doing your job, sir. But if you ain't doing your job, Selena needs to be on next season, okay? Because if not, then you wasted a whole opportunity. So Latrice says in her interview that Sophia is jealous because JJ is still in love with Selena. It took him 30 years to give her a divorce. Now look. Now, I like Latrice. I've given Latrice a lot of leeway because of proxy of who her friend is that I'm associated with. I'm starting to see some things, so I'm kind of backing away just a little bit. But Latrice, baby, I love you. I love you, baby. And I feel like what you giving us is what you can't get to your husband, but baby, that's fighting words. okay, I'm a hood dude. I'm back in the hood right now. Those are fight words. Now, of course, you didn't say this to her face, but look, we don't want violence and whatnot. We really don't. But if Sophia was to jump up and pop you at the reunion, I'm not gonna say she right or wrong, but I would understand. All right, praise the Lord, hallelujah, thank God. So Selena says she doesn't like how Sophia doesn't speak. And she can't be the #1 realtor, that whole thing, whatever. And here's the thing: the whole not speaking and whatnot, it's a two-way street. And here, look, I'll be honest. If I don't mess with you, family, friend, foe, whatever, if I don't mess with you and I don't speak, it is what it is. And if I'm not speaking, it's for a reason. Now, if you speak to me, I will speak back to you. The only time that I would speak to you unwarranted is if I'm in your domicile or at your event. If neither one of those apply, I'm not speaking to you because I don't mess. And let me also be clear: if I don't mess with you, I'm not coming to your event or your domicile because of the energy. So again, you're not going to have me speaking further. Now, if you speak to me, I do have manners. I will speak back. Now, if I come into your domicile and it's your domicile, I'm going to speak because it's your domicile. If it's your event, I'm going to speak because it's your event. If it's not that, I'm not speaking to you. Okay? Because if I see you and I speak, it don't mean I don't with you. Or we can do a TI. You know, if you see me in the street, you don't know me. Okay? You might know a past version of me. Yeah, yeah, bring it back. We going a little too personal right now. Okay. We get Tisha and Glenn and Monique, that is his sister, if I'm not mistaken. So the doctor said that there is nothing else they can do for his grandmother or their grandmother but make her comfortable. And this is something that a lot of us have to deal with. And one thing that I'm going to say is, as adults, parents, whatever, like, because again, I don't have any children. I have a dog. And I can't really communicate to her if something were to happen and I'm not here. But for those of us who have children and whatnot, especially if they're at an age when they can comprehend death, if you don't at least prepare them for you not being here, maybe you don't want to talk to them about me not being here. But if you don't prepare them for you not being here, you have not done your just dues as a parent, caregiver, guardian, whatever you want to call it. You haven't. Because this is a part of life. Like, yeah, you might leave them life insurance and all, or you might leave them policies and whatnot. But if you haven't really worked with them through it, or, because look, sometimes our lives get cut short. But if you have a child that is yours biologically or adopted, and they see how you deal with death and trauma, and it's not in a productive way, they're going to pretty much mirror what they see. So it's not all great. But anyway, not going there. So the doctors have said that there is nothing else that they can do for her but make her comfortable, because they already said she was going to go to hospice. And again, I really feel like what Glenn gave us was all performative, because it's just like, so you showed up and she was just at home. It don't work like that. It really don't. But again, we gonna get to that scene in a second, because I'm gonna just be cool, because we're almost there. So Glenn has never seen his grandma this vulnerable. Now this is when the hair, I wrote their hair. Look, I understand that we are doing a reality TV show and we are, doing what it is. Let me be clear. If I'm showing up, that ain't happening. It's something gonna be on your head. Look, my aunt, because on my mother's side, I only have one living aunt on my mother's side. So it's just my mother and her younger sister, because it's her eldest sister, my mother, the sister below her that's still living, then her youngest sister. So it's just my mother and the one right below her. I'm not saying their names, but we went to the hospital when she was in there, and again, the panel, they know, like the panel members that I'm on, like they know what was going on. And I saw her one time, and she didn't have nothing on her head. Now look, I went to the hospital back in, what was it, 2014? Was it 14? Hold on, wait, no. I think it was either 16 or 17. There it is, 16 or 17. When I had like real bad pneumonia, and I was at Womack Hospital at Fort Bragg. Before I left, and again, I was having trouble breathing and everything, I put a skull cap in my pocket, okay? And I didn't know that I was going to be that long. When it was clear that I was going to be there more than a day, I asked the nurse, like, look, I need to go to my pocket. And I'm like, this ain't sexual, nothing like that. I have a skull cap in my pocket. I just need you to grab it and put it on my head, because I had IVs in my dang on wrist. I don't do that. And again, for those of us who are caregivers and whatnot and deal with people of a certain age, we need to have like bags to the side, or if like they're of good age, still older age, but they can do for themselves, like have that to the side. Like, no, you not finna catch me slipping. No, Because while I was in there, when I tell you I had that old Scully on the whole time, it was pretty much a stocking cap, right? You ain't catching me slipping. When I saw that my auntie was in there looking somewhat crazy, baby, the next time I was there, I went and got her at least 2 bonnets. Like, y'all not finna have my auntie in here looking crazy. No, we not doing that. Now, does my auntie have children? Yes, she does. But again, that ain't my business. If I come in here, my auntie ain't looking crazy. Not while I'm here. No, Lord. So Glenn and Monique do better. And Glenn is saying that his grandma will be alright. She will be fine. Self-affirmation. And it works to a certain extent. But again, like, unless you know how to really invoke that, channel it, and speak those things, it don't work. But the other thing is, no matter what you speak over a person, unless they're in alignment with what you're speaking, it will not come to pass. Because Monique tells him that, like, in essence, like, I hear what you're saying, and I know you're trying to be positive, but, you know, she's tired. She's called to the Lord and says to take her home every day. And she's all 93 years old. And again, I'm not taking away from the villains, because I understand. Do I understand wholeheartedly. But some of this is performative. Alright, so now we have Tisha and Marie. So Tisha drops off some old toys, you know, for her son. Because we all know that Marie has grandchildren and whatnot. Not a bad thing there. She apologized for Glenn's behavior, which is understandable. But, like, you really don't have to apologize for his behavior. But, okay, we'll just make it do what it do. Marie says it reminds her of when she was, you know, married. And, you know, pretty much tired of him, the cheating and whatnot, not coming home, and then him projecting his insecurities off on her, cheating on her. And that is something that happens where somebody's, you know, doing wrong, doing dirt, where I feel guilty, so I'm going to sit here and project what I'm doing on you, and then hopefully you can confess to it, because then it's going to make me feel good about what I'm doing. We get it, right? Cool, whatever. So let me see. So, she's ready to start dating. Tisha wants to set her up. We will get to that in a minute, baby. And Marie, you know, is nervous because, you know, of her success and where she is and whatnot. And you know that whoever she goes on a date with, not with, but just on a date with, they're going to have to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. And Tisha's going to give her a nickname so they can't research her. But here's the reality. What she is saying is also true. And I don't even feel a way about it. Because if you give somebody your name, yeah, they can go ahead and research you. And lady, because again, I know a lot of my subscribers are ladies. Here's some real talk. Whatever your picks are of a man, woman, whatever it is, and this is for men and women that are subscribed to me, keep that off your social media. Because what will happen is, if somebody sees who you are and whatnot, they're going to look you up. And most people, most will stalk your social media, see what your likes are, what this is, what that is, will look at your patterns of what you share and whatnot. And if they really want to get with you, especially if they know that you got some guap, some money and whatnot, they will mold themselves to you to be the perfect person for you. Even though that's not who they are, because for some of them it's security, or they want to leech off of you, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, and with the whole NDA thing is, before we continue this date, you signed this NDA, so you're not telling nothing. And the other thing with that, with Marie, though, again, I'm not saying I never liked Marie. I did see some shiftiness in her, but I get where she's coming from. With that, I get that wholeheartedly. Because me personally, I'm not going to tell y'all what the last time I dated, but it's been a while. But I might do that too, only because even though I'm not a public person, but if somebody really wanted to look me up, they could and see what my standards might be and mold themselves to me and want to become that. So I get that. And you want to protect your brand, who you are, whatever. But here's the other part. If you go on a date with somebody and you shut them down because, yeah, I hear this and this is what it is, but this is what I'm looking for, that person can easily upload that to the internet. Or tell one of their closest friends, like, okay, I tried, but it didn't work. But here's what was wrong, And now that person can put themselves in a place to where they can meet you. And now, okay, round 2. it happens. So you never really want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So with the NDA, it really does protect you. So again, I'm not upset with Marie about that, right? Cool. So I said all that. So Tisha is going to give her. Yeah, no, I said all that. Cool. Next thing. So Latrice and her friend Manda, so they're at the location of her new salon slash beauty parlor, everything. Her new location, right? So she lets Manda know that her and Cliff are fighting over the vision, what she wants versus what he wants. And part of me feels that in them fighting about it is more or less if he contributes enough. If this thing really does pop off, he can say, well, I said this and I gave this, and he can really stake claims to what she's doing. Latrice, be careful. As they're talking, because they're talking about Cliff, Cliff walks in. I'm not surprised, because if Cliff was so upset because she was at M-Bar without telling him, and the fact that he was Mike in this scene lets me know that either A, she told him, or B, he is connected enough with production to be like, where my wife gonna be? What's going on? I need to be mic'd up. And she wasn't even talking bad about him, but he walks in as they're discussing him. He says that he had to choose the handyman, though, you know, pretty much told her, like, nobody would be better than me, like, I'm the best contractor, so she's looking for people. But he's like, oh, that person will work, so it can be me. Again, putting his footprint, his handprint on this. Latrice, be careful. So we get Tisha and who the hell did I put here? Glenn. Oh, this looked like Ellen. My cursive is bad. Look. Had I done this tonight, it would not be this bad. But anyway, so Glenn mentions, you know, noticing her protecting her energy and her peace. Shout out to Erica De Niro Kelly. Okay, the diva. Shout out to her. And not knowing how. And now he says him not knowing how to adapt to that. Because you only know a certain version of her, so now you got to relearn her. We know what this is. He feels that, you know, he's done what she's asked of him. Now, where do they go from here? Whereas you said this, I've given the bare minimum, so how do we move past this? And Tisha tells him that in working on yourself, to get to where you want to be, it may not include her. And that's the fact, like, you're doing what's best for you. So if you're doing the work for you, and you're going through what you're going through, you may come to the epiphany that I may not be a part of this. And then he says that we're not 100% because we're not back together. And then it's the whole, I hear you saying you're changing and whatnot, and the counseling, but that doesn't change for me. I'm sorry, so it's the, I see you going through what you're going through. You're changing, you're going through counseling. Don't change for me. Change for you, because that's very manipulative where I'm going through counseling, I'm doing this and doing that, but you're not doing it for you. And sometimes you have people that will go through counseling where it's I'm here because I want to learn the tricks and trades, so now I know what you're telling me, so I know how to take it, flip it, manipulate it to continue to abuse somebody else. Again, I'm only telling y'all what I know. I'm not that person. I'm just saying that it happens to me. I know what it is. So Glenn said that he grew up in a fatherless home and his son would not do that. But sir, here's the reality. Your son may grow up in a fatherless home, but this is an environment that you created. This has nothing to do with Tisha. This is you. But again, we're dealing with somebody that is a narcissist that is full of themselves, where rather than me accept the fact that I did I'm going to put it off on you. And here's the other thing. Because he said something else that we're going to get to. If you really have this good paying job and you under the sea. If you really got this damn job, why do we see you this much this season? I'ma let it alone. So Tisha tells him that, you know, she, you know, may feel that when she heals, and this is what she's kind of telling us, that when she does it completely, he may feel that it's a wrap for him. Because he absolutely does, because he sees the writing on the walls. Because, and here's one thing that I'm going to say, and I need to find my place in my notes. Got it. It's a difference between healing and being whole. listen to me, somebody, with what I'm about to say. Healing, it takes time. Sometimes when you finally reach that last stage of healing, you might be on your deathbed. And that's you because you're still healing from things. Being whole is completely different. Because I've been there, especially dealing with my relatives, to where I'm dealing with a construct of this is what this is, and them convincing me that if you're not a part of this, then you can never be nothing, you can never amount to anything. And had I really gave in fully to that, I wouldn't have survived 11 years in the military. I wouldn't. But because I really didn't subscribe to it fully, not only did I survive without them, I thrived. And I was able to do things that I didn't know that I can do. And that was very, very eye-opening to where it's now me being, because I'm 36 going on 37, like, I don't need y'all. So I'm back here because I choose to. I don't need y'all like how y'all have convinced y'all, everyone else, that y'all have to be clicked up. I don't have to be clicked up. So I'm whole without you. And on a regular level, I'm whole with just me because I understand me. And from the spiritual level, I'm whole when it's just me and God. Or if we're going to go beyond that, I'm whole with me and the God of who I am within inside of me. Catch that. So there's that. And that's kind of where Glenn is operating, to where he don't want her to get to that ultimate level of consciousness where, no, I didn't keep you down here. Because, again, I'm not saying nobody, because, again, being fully healed, it's a lifelong process. But being whole is very different. But when you become a whole, your healing is exponential, and it goes up severely. I'm letting you know what I know, y'all. I'm just saying. So, and okay, give me a second. I'll place my notes. Hold on. So, review. I said that. Okay, so he tells her that, okay, well, we can sleep in separate rooms, but we gonna be in the same house. So now he's bargaining. And if y'all know anything about loss and whatnot, it's either 5 or 7 stages to it, but one of them is bargaining because he can see, okay, me talking crazy to you ain't working. Okay, well, this ain't finna happen, and da-da-da-da-da. And she tells him that she gets it, but she doesn't. No, I'm sorry. She tells to him that he gets it, but he doesn't get it. He wants everything his way, where you understand it. Because here's one thing about narcissists, people that gaslight and whatnot, like, they understand everything and what they're doing. So you get it. But you're not trying to internalize and understand it because you want what you want. So Glenn says, when things go his way, things go smooth. Sir, if you don't get your narcissistic, patriarchal, blah, 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 up out of here. I've been drinking, but I'm trying not to cuss, so give me a little bit of crazy now on camera. And then Tisha has had enough, and she gets up to leave, which is understandable. And I'm going to be honest, Tisha should have left a long time ago. And I've said this in the past review, and I'm pretty sure other content creators have said it, with her being there for him, even though we understand it, it gives him a false sense of security, and it's sending a false narrative or a false flag to him. Because it's getting him to think like, oh, because again, I don't think he just got that phone call. I think he knew this and used this as a way to control her, but I'm going to go on. Glenn says when people get their little money up, they change. And I think this is akin to, if I'm not mistaken, she was saying that she really wasn't doing the brunches and whatnot, but the show came along, this, that, and third, so this is what she's doing. And these shows, especially like with those on Bravo, with the Real Housewives and whatnot, it brings a notoriety, so I can do more. I can put myself out there. I can extend my branches more. And it seems like in his mind, when I'm on the boats and whatnot doing this, it provides you a lifestyle. Again, that sense of control because he wants a housewife. Anyway. And then he also says, you know, you're not taking my son. I tell you that. And she's not taking your son, sir. This is all of what you've done. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So, go ahead and do Marie's date. She wants a conservative businessman. They're at the bowling alley. Yeah, he ain't it. His name is Player, this, that, and third. She makes him sign an NDA before they go further. I'm here for it. They are learning, quote unquote, to bowl, even though it seems like he knows what he's doing. But what I will say is, regardless of that, she was able to like drop her guard down and have a good time, which is good. And sometimes you need that. And even if you don't want to play, be with player, maybe he might be that friend or that associate where I just want to have a good time and I can hang out with so and so, and if I want to, I can throw it in the circle, give him a little piece, whatever. But you ain't got to, okay? So she calls Tisha afterwards and pretty much says that she wanted some fun. Tisha says, "I wanted you to have fun and which is cool. But you could have given her somebody that could have gave her fun. That was more aligned with what she wanted. But again, we gotta sing. So now we get Latrice. It's her event, and she's at her friend's salon, which excuse me, we'll come in a second. She's named her wigs after her friends, which is very, very shady. And again, with these interviews, they're not confessionals. They're shot after the fact. So this lets us know that some things have happened since they have either started filming completely or at a certain point in filming. So Gucci's is dressed for less. I'm like, ooh, that is so shit. And if y'all look, I shop at Ross from time to time. Okay, again, I ain't too proud to tell y'all because again, I'm not gonna spend all this money on some what. I ain't that dude. So that ain't me. I'm a very basic dude. Now, if y'all see me dressed all the way to the nines, it has to be a reason. But we ain't going there. Akeisha was had it made. I was like, I know you ain't been watching Tyler Paris, but all right. But that was shady too. So her relationship with Josh is awkward. If she, wasn't busy with what she's doing, he would be fired. And maybe Cliff was right. And I think that it's half and half where Cliff may be right, but I think it's more or less I don't want to upset him, so he is right. But I will say, if I have a friend and you in my camp and whatnot, you in my corner, and you have another friend that you cool with, like my thing is like don't talk to that friend about me. And if you do, even though I'm not there, it needs to be in such a way where it's not negative, because if that friend come to me, we got a problem. Nevertheless, Akeisha thought that the event would be at her actual salon that she just bought. And with all the square feet that she has, she's want to see, if something is moving and shaking or whatnot. And I'm like, ooh, that was shady. But again, shot afterwards. So that lets us know that there's a chance that she and Latrice are going to fall out. Let's see. And she also thinks something may be going on with Latrice and her family when it comes to Selena, because Selena was sleeping with her husband, maybe some dots, but I'm gonna let that alone. Selena checks with her daughter at the event to see if Sophia had talked to her, which lets me know like, okay, we're really looking for something to happen here. And then Sophia goes and talks to Tambra, but not Selena. And it's one of those like, we not cool, whatever. What happened at the baby shower happened. So I'm gonna talk to her, and again, I'm not about to fake stuff, so I get it. I might throw you a hey, how you doing, and that's it. But I might not give you that if I really, really don't mess with you. So I get it, right? Cool. So Sophia walks away after talking to Tambra. Selena kind of, gestures for her to come back. Selena says, so she's the only one standing here? Like, so you just talk to her, but you don't talk to me? And Sophia was like, well, based off of the energy at the baby shower, it's this, because it's because you didn't really want to speak to me at the baby shower, and things go left. But I'm going to stop it there because we're really going to pick this up tonight. But y'all gonna get this on Monday as long as life don't happen and I don't wait till Friday. So that is it. That is all that I have. I gave y'all almost 30 minutes, so I'm gonna just leave it where it says. So thank you so much for watching. Thank y'all can go ahead in the comments say thank you drunk y'all, because sober y'all probably wouldn't have gave y'all this long, but that's it. So please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. I believe that we will be on Terrence's channel this week, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I will see you all then. Love you. Have a great week or weekend. Bye.